Hi friends, Darragh here. I think in the last episode I was talking to you about what a resounding and unmitigated success our Marxist Utopia has been so far. Well, unfortunately, I have to report now that our ship has hit a few speed bumps on its way out of the rocky bay of capitalist oppression. I suppose I should start with our most pressing concern, which is H2Os. We've actually yet to locate a fresh water supply, and after approximately 2 weeks of imbibing exclusively hoppy, high alcohol percentage to volume ratio craft IPAs, we're actually all starting to show a few symptoms of dehydration. Oisin's paranoia has actually really gone up a notch, but I think that actually might be due to the skunk more than anything else. Sandra's normally kind of acceptable levels of physical violence have really started to take their toll, particularly on my arms and legs, and to a lesser extent on some of the rusted corrugated iron roofing. My urine is the colour of Fentiman's botanical ginger ale, and the man himself has complained of kind of a general lethargy. We've also had to use large quantities of said craft IPA reserves to boil our lentils, which adds kind of a novel but thoroughly unpleasant taste to the dal. Second speed bump is somewhat of a pisser, I'm afraid to say. The Carrigaline Court Hotel has actually gotten wise to our scheme. Everything was going perfectly. We were using their showers and hair dryers. We were washing our clothes in the swimming pool. We were air drying them in the sauna, and we were removing creases in the steam room. We'd even managed to get a nice little system going where we were getting their clean towels for bed linen. I'd have hoped to keep this up for maybe 6 to 8 months, but unfortunately, it kind of all came unravelled when Sandra attempted to enroll herself in a Bikram yoga class. They realised that the membership was in fact expired and that Sandra was not in fact the recently deceased Gavin Macaulay. But I suppose all good things must come to an end, and we'll figure something out. Third hurdle is one that has caused quite a bit of tension in the camp, if I'm being honest. While we were waiting for the coffee and tobacco crops to take root, I think is the expression, we're all starting to feel the effects of a shortage of caffeine and nicotine. There was a slight miscalculation of our weekly rations, and we've managed to exhaust our reserves of both morning growler and amber leaf after the excesses of the first 2 weeks, So things kind of came to a head recently between Oisin and the man himself. It began as a verbal altercation, something about top loading and builder's privilege, if I'm correct, and it culminated in kind of a kendo style stick fight. Now, thankfully, I intervened in time. But unfortunately, the lads aren't on speaking terms now, which isn't great because there are only 4 of us in the camp. On a more positive note, we have started construction on the farmhouse, but we've kind of hit a hurdle there as well because Sandra's uncle has kind of given us a flat no with regard to using any of the surrounding forestry for lumber. He's actually strictly forbade it, in fact, so we're going to have to try and overcome that little hiccup. Guys, I'd love to stay and chat to you all day, but I've got a lot of work to do. Another little snag is that both the chicken and the goat that we've acquired for milk and eggs have both turned out to be male. So we're going to have to do a bit of creative thinking with regard to that noggin scratcher. But if our theatre productions are anything to go by, I think we're going to have no problem in that regard. Guys, peace out and stay tuned for the next installment.